Hey YouTube, this is Miss Metamorphosis coming to you with another video today. Funny thing is, I've been talking for the last 5 minutes only to realize that I wasn't recording. So yeah, so we'll try this again. So today I'm actually going to do a video dealing with roommates. How to, how to make sure you get along with your roommate and just have an awesome, just an awesome year living with this new person. And, hopefully everything goes great. If you ever see like me roll my eyes while I'm talking, it's because it's my allergies. Like right now, I just put some eye drops in because my eyes are on fire. I have really bad allergies, and so something in the air is making my eyes just like burn. So that's just a side note. But anyways, so when you first move into the dorms, it's going to be chaotic that first day because everybody's moving in. You got parents in the hallway, you got students, they're going to probably have their siblings there. Like some people bring their whole family to move in. And so there's going to be boxes and Tupperware and carts, and it's going to be really busy in the dorms. Okay, so, but that'll settle down in a few hours by the end of the day, later on in the evening. So at some point in the day, that first day you move in, you definitely want to sit down and talk with your roommate. I mean, it doesn't have to be some long drawn out talk, just a few minutes. You just want to make sure you cover some things, and these are the things that I would suggest that you cover early on, because it can, it really can make all the difference in how smoothly things go. And the first thing I'll say is communication is key. No matter what the subject matter is, whether it's a friendship, a romantic relationship, roommates, communication is key. You gotta communicate, So the first thing I would like to tell you guys to talk about, or make sure you talk about, is how you're gonna share the space, the living space. Now, I've said before that newer dorms, a lot of schools now that have built or are building newer dorms, they're building dorms set up to where it's like a hotel, or like a suite, where everybody has their own small room, but you may still share, like a sitting room, or you may share a bathroom, or you may share a kitchen. So you still need to talk about that. Like, if you have a kitchen, for example, in a suite, you might say, well, I'll put my food in this cabinet, you can keep yours there, or how you want to share the shelves in the refrigerator. I mean, it's up to you. Some people don't care at all. We just share everybody's stuff. Okay, so, but anyways, most of what I'm going to be talking about is in regards to older traditional dorms where you and another person are in the same bedrooms, sharing the same bedroom. So yeah, like I said, you want to talk about how you're going to share the space. Like, the room will more than likely already be furnished, so you need to know, like, or let them know, like, hey, I really need a lot of natural, like me, I need natural light because of my vision and stuff like that, and I wear glasses and my eyes are sensitive, whatever, but I like a lot of natural light. So, do you mind if I have my desk by the window? Or maybe they need their desk by the window. Or, my freshman year, we had bunk beds. I had never been on a bunk bed before. I had never slept on one, so I was like, I'd rather sleep on the bottom. And she wanted to sleep on the top bunk anyway. I guess she thought it was cool, but I had never been on a bunk bed. I didn't really care. But yeah, just talking about how you're going to share the space. All right, number 2, food. This is important too. You got to talk about this. So some people are just naturally really open. They don't care. Like, you can eat my food or whatever, or we can share each other's food. If you guys decide to do that, just make sure you ask before you go eating up someone's food, okay? Even if you guys are willing to share with each other. Some people are not like that. Some of my roommates, we shared foods, some we didn't. We had our own micro fridge or mini fridge. I talked about that in a previous video about what to take into the dorms. But yeah, so it's a matter of communication. Schedules. This is important because you need to know, you need to let them know what your schedule is kind of like and what their schedule, and you need to know what their schedule is like, and you need to let them know what your schedule is like, because chances are you're probably not going to be the same major, and you're probably not going to have the same schedule. And not saying that you got to know where that person is every hour of the day, or that they have to know where you are. It's just good to have an idea of what times of day are you in the room, or do you have the room to yourself, and what times of day they have the room to themselves, because maybe you want to take a nap in the middle of the day. Or maybe you want to have visitors, or maybe you need to study and you like to study in a room by yourself. So it's just a good way of having an idea of when is the room available to just me or to just them, okay? So yeah, just know their schedules. And also, just a little side note, it might be good to just exchange numbers, because you never know. There have been times when I've locked myself out of my dorm room and it's such a pain in the butt, but it helps to be able to call my roommate or call someone to let you know that they can let me into the room. Like I've locked my keys in there. Let's see, habits, likes, and dislikes. So this is another important one. These are all important, but habits. When I say habits, I mean, are you a morning person? Well, that's more like likes and dislikes. But habits, like, do you tend to play a lot of music at night? Do you tend to blast music at night? Do you sleep with the TV on? Are you a clean person? Are you like really clean, like everything has a specific place? Are you a pretty clean and neat person? Are you kind of like okay in the middle, fairly clean? Are you messy? Are you junky? Or are you just flat out gross? You know, that's a good thing to know too. It's not that you're judging each other, but it's just good to know, to see how compatible you are. And even for some reason, worst case scenario, if you guys don't think that you'll mesh, you know, it's a good way to see if, you know, you might be able to switch rooms with somebody, but you don't see that too often. People generally seem to get along. But yeah, likes and dislikes. Do you like to study with music? Do you like to study in silence? Do you like to have a lot of roommates? They're not supposed to be smoking in public places or in the dorms, so that shouldn't be an issue, but any other habits, or likes or dislikes. You guys might find out that you like the same music. And so that's a way that you guys can bond, or maybe you like to watch the same movies. So it's not all necessarily likes and dislikes in terms of avoiding conflict. It may just be like getting to know you things. Visitors, this is important. Visitors. So I'm going to do a separate video specifically about living arrangements. And this is just dealing with roommates. But I'm going to do one just giving you just some insight about living in the dorms and visitation and all that. Visitors. So most dorms will allow you, or most schools will allow you to have visitors, whether they're visitors that are also students at that school or off campus or whatever. But make sure you talk with your roommate to say, hey, well, you know, do you mind if I have visitors? Some of my friends like to come over, or maybe they need to check with you to see how you feel about visitors. Maybe certain times of day you want to allow visitors or not allow visitors, certain times of night, like, you know, I study on certain nights, things like that. Make sure you talk about that. I won't say what year it was, but anyways, I had a roommate and we got along great. Her boyfriend used to drive down every weekend like clockwork. Oh my God. And he was a nice guy. He was cool. He was pretty chill. But it got to a point where he was coming down every weekend, and he would stay from like 5 a.m. on a Friday, and he wouldn't leave till like Sunday night at like 9 o'clock. And it's like, dude, go home. Like, you know, and it's like, I'm trying to say it without being nasty, but, you know, or having a nasty attitude, but oh my God, it just, yeah. Make sure you communicate that if you have any kind of like requests in terms of visitors, but also be mindful. If you have visitors, be mindful of their time and space. Maybe they don't want a random person in their room all the time, okay? And then finally, cleaning responsibilities. Make sure you discuss that. Like, are we gonna just together clean the room up once a week as a whole? Are we gonna clean up as we go? Are you only responsible for your side and I'm responsible for my side? Like, how are we gonna do that? Is it your week to do it, my week to do it? However you wanna set up cleaning routines. And that's another reason why you need to know what kind of person, are they a clean person, are they a dirty person? Another year, fast forward a few years later, I had a roommate and got along great. She didn't wash her clothes and it smelled so bad in there. Oh my God, I was so embarrassed to have people come by the room, like friends, because I'm like, man, they're gonna think it's me. But anyways, I never talked about it. I used to just spray Lysol when she wasn't there. And one morning I sprayed so much Lysol that I left that morning and came back from class. And when I came in, I forgot that I had sprayed Lysol and I slipped on the floor. I barely caught myself on the bed. But anyways, yeah, just make sure you talk those things out, okay? With that said, I'll cut it off here. And I'll do another video about living in the dorms, dorm life, and stuff like that. So, yeah. Any questions, comment below, and I will talk to you later. Bye.